morning. I'm Carlton Sharp, pastor of Faith Christian Center Church, right here in Beaumont, Texas. And we're here on what's happening in our neighborhood. And today, my special guest is Mr. Joseph Stevens Jr. Welcome, Joseph.
Welcome. Thank you, Pastor.
Hey, listen, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So my name is Joseph Stevens. I graduated high school in 2013. I love traveling and I love reading books, man.
So now you are local and homegrown. You went to Memorial High School.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go Titans.
Isn't that so? That's so.
Yes, sir.
Now, Joseph, now you went to college at HBCU?
Yes, sir.
Tell us a bit about that.
So I went to Wally College. I graduated in 2017 with a BA in Business Administration, and since then I've been on the run. So.
Yeah, but not only that, but you also got your master's degree.
Yes, sir. So I just completed that 2 weeks ago, and
wow.
Yes, sir. And I'll be graduating in April of this year, so I'm really excited about that.
What an accomplishment! I mean, you, in 4 years you get your bachelor's degree, and a couple of years later you get your master's degree.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I mean, you are a go-getter.
Yes, sir.
And so now both of them are in business administration. Why business administration?
Well, I love business. I love the independence that business gives. So I thought what better way to basically just fully submerge myself into business and learn more as much as I can and apply that information.
Now, so you've come out of college.
Yes, sir.
And you've decided to start your own business.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your business. What do you call it?
It's Sumptuous Consulting, and we're a management consulting firm. So we help businesses navigate through some of the sticky situations that they might get themselves into. And not only just problems with business, but we also help in other fashions also.
Okay, so why Sumptuous Consulting?
Well, the word sumptuous means luxury, means expensive, so I just wanted to give it that beautiful, polished outlook on it. So, and then consulting is what I like to do. I like to help people figure out problems and just reach where they're trying to go.
So if a local company is watching today and they say, well, we're having some challenges in our HR department or whatever, your business can go in and assist them and putting the plan together.
Absolutely. So what we do is we look at the scope of everything and we try to figure out what's the problem, what is causing this business to encounter those situations, and then we go in, we'll do our research, and we'll present them with a plan, and not only will we present them with a plan, we'll help them get through the plan.
So you will actually put a system together.
Yes, sir.
For them to overcome that challenge that they're facing.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, also, one of the things that you do is help rebrand.
Yes. So, what we like to do is, most companies don't know, but in business it's called social responsibility, and that's when a company is doing their best to show their positivity in the eye of the public. So, what we like to do is, and we like to encourage companies to do things that involve the community and not just for themselves. Go ahead. So, for example, we're dealing with one company and they're having some issues with their branding. A lot of negativity is coming on that brand. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in, we're going to get that brand back on track in the eye of the public. So we might do, you come in, you get the service, but you get something free as you exit in the building. So that's something we like to incorporate for the community.
Now, you also encourage them to do community service.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
To help in that rebranding.
Yes, sir. Because it's important that we not only use our community, but we actually support our community. So we can give back by just picking up the trash in the neighborhood, or just having your establishment go out and feeding people, not only when it's Thanksgiving time, but just periodically throughout the year. It's always a good thing to do.
But now, you also do something called financial literacy. Tell us a little bit about that.
So financial literacy is the practice of knowing how finances work. And I like to discuss financial literacy with everybody that I encounter because we all deal with money, from the little kids to the past. We all dealing with some form of income. So financial literacy it's a broad spectrum, but I like to narrow it down to how your money works. I've said before that everybody works, but most people don't get paid for their own labor. Yeah, so you work 9 to 5, you're working 40 hours a week, but then here comes the bills, here comes the rent, here comes all the other utilities that you have to pay, and then you're left with maybe $20 you have to live off maybe 2 weeks or a week off of that. And that's just, I don't like that. You're working hard. You should be able to own what you're working for.
So how do you help the consumer better understand the financial situations?
So I encourage I encourage to the max that people buy assets. You have to buy assets. That's the only way we start making money for ourselves. Assets can be property, stocks, bonds, securities, even the cryptocurrency now that's coming into fruition. So I encourage them to buy those things. And where can they buy those things? Well, each I think first Tuesday of each month, BOMA actually does auction for property. So that's a place that we can begin. And being that income tax is coming in, some of us are going to have a substantial amount of money that we can buy certain things with. A car is not an asset, but if you need a car, understand, go and get the car. But if we can buy something that's going to appreciate in value over time, I definitely encourage people to do so.
So how do you change the mindset of a consumer mentality to an investment mentality?
It takes a lot of work because as children, we're programmed to buy the things that we want or buy the things that we need and not necessarily the things that make us money. So it's definitely a process, but I try to tell them to use our internet. Let's use our time more wisely. Other than being on social media all day, we can convert that time into searching the web and saying, how could I make more money with my money? There's countless amounts of information on the internet. So I encourage them to maybe pull away from social media a little bit and just say, hey, what's a CD? What's a security deposit? What are these things I can do? So that's how I try. I even, like, the funny thing, but I have 3 little cousins. They're young ladies, and every time I come in contact with them, I ask them, what's an asset? What's a liability? Just off the muscle, because these are things that we know that the public institutions, as far as schools, are not teaching them. So, and that can start at home. And so if I know the information, it makes no sense for me to hold it. I have to give it to them.
So how do you change the mindset of your generation?
Wow. So
I mean, they come out of college,
right?
Just getting into a career.
Yes, sir.
But yet they don't have the financial literacy to understand how to make an investment.
So how would I go about changing their mind? I don't think I can change it, but I can maybe put a seed into it to where, like, oh, I've heard this before. So what I do is every now and then I'll get on Twitter, I'll get on Facebook, and I'll say, hey, today's a great day to buy some stocks. Well, if somebody messaged me, I'll tell them, well, this is where I get mine from. But you can always do your due diligence and find other places. And I don't want to just harbor on stocks, because there's plenty of other ways that you can bring income into your household without having to deal with the stock market. We know it's a shifty game. We know you can win or you can lose. But that's with anything in life also. So nothing's guaranteed. Even with property, you can buy it and it can depreciate over time. It can. We know that. So, I don't think, Pastor, is more about changing their mind, but just planting a seed that maybe they can change their mind along the way with this.
Well, and then they see a young man like you making moves out there.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, what about entrepreneurs?
Oh man, that word is golden to me. That word is everything. It's the epitome of hard work, passion, dedication, independence, even collaborative effort, because nobody can do it alone.
That's right.
Nobody can do it alone. I don't plan on intending on doing it alone myself. But the word entrepreneur is everything to me. It is everything to me. But like I just said, and like you said, it's hard work. It's very hard. It's not the end product. It's a lot that goes into it that the world don't see. You might see the Amazon, but you didn't see Jeff Bezos in the basement getting it in. So that the word entrepreneurship can be misleading sometimes. People hear it and might say, "Oh, well, that means millions." No, not necessarily. You have to put that work in to get to it.
And that's one of the things that people need to understand, is because they think that if I start my own business, that immediately I'll be successful. I'll have the liquid assets, to make moves.
Yes, sir. And I wish that was the case. I really do wish that was the case, but unfortunately, that is not the case. It takes sometimes months without getting paid, no source of income, but your God puts that in you. So, like, hey, son, I know that it may not look so good right now, but if you just keep on putting that work in, you're going to get what I have planned for you.
What's the average time that if somebody is thinking about starting their own business, that they should look for the return on investment?
That's totally contingent upon the product or service that they offer. So if you have something that's a hot commodity, it might turn over a week later, hours later. But if you're dealing with something more long-term, let's say like a real estate company, sometimes property can sit for a while, even if it's a beautiful home, sometimes the market is just not there. And actually, I think that's what we're experiencing right now with the housing market. So it's very finicky. I can't really put a time on it because I don't want to mislead anybody, because it could sell overnight and it could sit for a while.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. Okay, what about philanthropy?
Philanthropy. It is very important to give back. It's very important, and it's like, how could I put it? It's better to give than to receive, right? So if the more we give, the more we can receive. But I like to give without expecting anything in return, because if I do it, then it seems like I'm just giving it just because, like, oh, I know something's going to happen to me. But philanthropy it's all about giving back to the people who helped you, and even to the people who might not necessarily help you directly. It's imperative that we give to those who don't have and to those who do have.
And that's one of the reasons why you, when you're doing your business consult, that you ask those companies to reinvest back in the community.
Absolutely, because if we don't do it, who will? We can't wait on our city officials. We can't wait on other programs to get those things done from it. If we're here every day, if we're in our community every day, we can make those changes without somebody's authority saying we have to do that or needing their say-so to do it.
I heard this word recycling.
Yes.
What do you mean by recycling?
Oh, man, I'm a recycle fanatic. I love recycling plastic bottles. I don't know where I picked this up from, but I love it. So recycling to me is picking up plastic bottles or any form of trash that can be reused. Plastic bags, plastic bottles, etc. Glass. It's just putting those back into use instead of just discarding them and having them going into the landfills and just being buried. I feel like we can do something else with them. So I encourage everybody to recycle. If you see a plastic bottle, pick it up, please.
And look, you can get a little money on it too.
Yes, sir. With aluminum cans, absolutely. And right now, Pastor, actually, Sumptuous, we're having a program that we're getting ready to start next week, where we're going to encourage everybody to recycle, and we're going to use them. We're asking them to take a picture and use the hashtag Sumptuous Recycle. And when they use the hashtag with their picture, we're going to include those in our weekly newsletters. So
now, how can they get that information to you?
Okay, so like I said, next week we're going to put out a flyer on our page on Sumptuous Consulting on Facebook and on our Twitter account. We're going to put that information up there, and we're going to have all the details of what they can do, to where they send a picture and how they subscribe to our email, so they can see their pictures on our email.
So there's some information right there for that's the Facebook page?
Yes, sir, that's correct. So that's one fashion where we'll post it, and then our Twitter page is also another place we'll put that information to.
Let's put the Twitter up there. She probably just put it there, took it down, but there's a Twitter page.
Yes. So that's two places where we'll have that information out there, so people can screenshot it, whatever they have to do with it. But we're just encouraging everybody to start recycling. You know, those old plastic bottles in the kitchen and everything. Just go and give it to your local recycling place, and just feel good about picking up some trash.
Okay, so Joseph, if there's a company out there that needs your services, how can they get in contact with you?
You can get in contact with us via Facebook, via Twitter, even by email. We're always available. We're not open on weekends, but we are Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Okay.
Our phone number, 713-487-5629.
And it's right there on the screen.
Yeah. And you can always email us also. We're always available to help in any business, no matter if it's big or small. We just want you to be dedicated. When you come to us, we want you ready to work, because we're ready to work. We're not like a part-time thing. We're fully immersed. So you sign up, we're ready to rock and roll. So we're scheduling you for consulting meetings, and we're ready to get you in there and get the business going, because it's not our goal. We want what you want for your company. Whatever your goal is for your company, that's what we want for you. We're going to do our best to get you in that position, to get you where you want to go.
But Joseph, I'm so excited for you. I mean, a graduate from Port Arthur Memorial, Titan. I mean, got your bachelor's and your master's degree, man. I'm proud of you, man.
Thank you.
It's good to see a young man striving and doing his thing.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that.
So listen, I want to thank those of you watching today. Hey, Sumptuous Consulting. And if you need their services, again, the number is right there on the bottom of your screen. You can see it. Give me that number again, Joseph.
It's 713-487-5629.
Or you can go to their Facebook page, Sumptuous Consulting, or their Twitter account, and you can find them there. And there's the information on the bottom of your screen. Again, I want to thank Joseph for joining us today. I want to thank you for joining us today on what's happening in our neighborhood. And we will see you next time on our broadcast.